Welcome to our weekly news roundup, where we give you a brief rundown of everything that has happened in Nigeria and to Nigeria for Nigerians in and outside Nigeria. Reporting is Kelvin Nanakumo from Diaspolatum Prime TV. Now to the headlines. Nigerian government arraigns over 6 alleged coup plotters in Abuja. Oil output rises to 1.8 million barrels per day amid reforms. Dangote Refinery partners with Honeywell on a petrochemical expansion. Farmers warn of food risk as insecurity spreads in rural area. Progress in Bayelsa as Tinubu Osibanjo commissioned landmark project as Diri expands infrastructure drive. Bayelsa electricity market takes shape as Bayelsa unveils full regulatory framework in Yenagwa. Now to the news in details. Nigerian government arraigns over 6 alleged coup plotters in Abuja. On April 8, 2026, the federal government arraigned 6 individuals before a federal high court in Abuja over an alleged plot to overthrow President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Those charged include a retired brigadier general and a serving police inspector. Prosecutors allege the group held secret meetings and attempted to recruit supporters within the armed forces. The Department of State Services, DSS, confirmed the investigation began in late March following intelligence reports. One additional suspect, described as a financier, was declared wanted as in believed to have fled the country. Security analyst says that this is one of the most serious internal threats recorded since Nigeria's return to democracy in 1999. Oil output rises to 1.8 million barrels per day amid reforms. On April 15, 2026, Nigeria's finance ministry confirmed that crude oil production has increased to about 1.8 million barrels per day, the highest level recorded in months. Officials say improved pipeline security has reduced oil theft, contributed to the rise. The development comes as the administration of President Tinubu continues economic reforms aimed at stabilizing government revenues following subsidy removal policies. Despite the increase, Nigerians continue to face high inflation and currency pressure, with economists warning that oil gains alone may not immediately translate to relief at the consumer level. Dangote Refinery partners with Honeywell on petrochemical expansion. On April 21, 2026, the Dangote Refinery announced a major partnership with Honeywell to expand petrochemical production. The agreement will enable the refinery to produce large volumes of polypropylene and other industrial materials used in plastic, packaging, and detergent. Located in Lagos, the refinery is expected to significantly reduce Nigerians' reliance on imported petrochemical products. Industry experts described the deal as a strategic move that could position Nigeria as a regional manufacturing hub in the West. Farmers warn of food risk as insecurity spread in rural areas. Between April 10th and April 20th, 2026, Farmers Association across states, including Benue, Plateau, and Niger, raised concerns over increasing attacks on rural communities. Reports indicate that armed groups have continued to target farmlands, forcing many farmers to abandon their fields ahead of the planting season. Agricultural stakeholders warn that this could lead to reduced harvests later in the year, worsening food inflation. They are calling on the federal government to deploy more security personnel to farming regions to protect lives and agricultural production. Progress in Bayelsa. Tinubu Osibanjo commissioned landmark project as Diri expands infrastructure drive. Bayelsa State has witnessed a wave of major infrastructure and community development projects, drawing commendation from national leaders including President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and former Vice President Yemi Osibanjo. On April 10, 2026, President Tinubu visited the state to commission key projects executed by Governor Doye Diri, including the 630-meter Angiama-Oporoma Bridge, a dual carriageway linking Yenagwa to the airport road. the Sagbama-Ekeremo Road, and the 60-megawatt gas turbine power project. The president described Diri's leadership as purposeful, noting that the project would enhance connectivity, create jobs, and boost economic growth. In a follow-up event on April 21, 2026, former Vice President Osibanjo inaugurated additional projects in Oporoma, South Onijo local government area, including a long-abandoned referral hospital originally initiated in 1973, but now fully completed and operational. He also commissioned the Agbura-Osbolek Road in Yenagua, highlighting its impact in reducing travel time and improving access to federal institutions. Osibanjo expressed emotional satisfaction at the transformation of the once inaccessible Oporoma area, particularly the completion of the Angiama Bridge project he had earlier doubted during its groundbreaking in 2022. Further expanding development at the community level, Governor Diri also inaugurated the major FG Bazari Civic Center in Kayama, a privately funded facility aimed at supporting social and economic activities. He used the occasion to encourage youths to pursue ambitious goals and urge citizens to contribute to grassroots development. Overall, the project reflects a coordinated push towards infrastructure expansion, improved healthcare access, energy development, and community engagement across Bayelsa State. Bayelsa electricity market transition takes shape as BIRA unveils full regulatory framework in Yenagua. On April 8, 2026, the Bayelsa Electricity Regulatory Authority, BIRA, held a technical stakeholder session at the Banquet Hall, Yenagua, titled Understanding the Bayelsa Electricity Market Transition from Law to Implementation. The session outlined how Bayelsa's electricity sector will move from federal reliance to a state-regulated market under the Assured Prosperity Agenda, with emphasis on licensing, tariff, consumer protection, and operator migration. Officials explained that BIRA will regulate interstate electricity, ensuing generation, distribution, supply, trading, and system operation licenses, alongside permits and regulations for smaller operation under 1 megawatt. Existing operators like PHED will be integrated rather than displaced, ensuring a gradual transition. The framework also introduced strict compliance rules, tariff oversight, metering expansion, and consumer rights, including dispute resolution and billing transparency. Stakeholders were told the goal is to build a competitive, investment-ready electricity market capable of industrializing Bayelsa State. And that's it on today's news roundup. Stay connected and stay tuned as we bring you more specially curated updates on things happening in Nigeria and to Nigeria for Nigerians in and outside Nigeria. Reporting directly from Das Bulletin Prime TV, I am Kelvin Nakumo.